Succeeding your opponent, 6'4", number 5, Anthony Edwards!
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action for you coming up. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And on the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. And now the Lakers starting group. In at forward for him, it's James and Hachimura. Doncic out there with Austin Reeves. And it's Hayes in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Minnesota, Conley and Edwards are the guards. Julius Randle is out there with McDaniels. And it's Gobert in at the center, filling out the middle. All the talk, Greg, leading up to this one has been about the impact of the backcourt.
And that's where it all starts. When you have a confident and competent backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively.
Here's Reeves. Over Edwards. Reeves can't hit. McDaniels against James. And that one, good. McDaniels got the first points of the night for Minnesota.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
No one near James as he lets it go. Gets an open look and hits.
And you know James isn't thinking twice about that shot. Knows he has the green light.
And here they go. The shot's good from Hayes.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Here's Edwards. Here's Gobert. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
And Gobert showing how much he wanted that basket.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks very much. I spoke briefly with Chris Finch. Obviously, they're trying to limit the damage Luka Doncic inflicts. That's at the front of his mind. He said, Luka is going to get his. We can't stop that, but we can't let him set up everyone else for easy ones. When the whole team gets involved, we're cooked. We're going to make him work for every assist out there. Guys?
Thank you, David.
Yeah, a guy with Conley's consistency is trouble inside. Those high percentage looks are often effortless for him.
Back to Doncic. No good on the three. For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
Here's Reeves. 6 to shoot. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. LeBron, that's a 2-pointer. A rebound by the Timberwolves.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
It's good. Edwards got 5 now.
Well, look, it's tough to keep Edwards out of the lane and tough to stop him once he's in there.
Reeves with it. To the middle, looking for Gobert. He gets it there. And Edwards with a clear path to the basket. Randle no good. Lakers trail by 5. From deep, James bangs home the trifecta. 5 points in the game.
Showing some range, LeBron more than capable of hurting you from deep.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Finney Smith's checked in. And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for Minnesota. For 3, Edwards connects from 3-point range.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Here's Reeves, still without a basket. Pass to Hayes. Back to Reeves. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Anthony Edwards.
And really, the defense defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Edwards.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
Conley kicks to Randall. James against McDaniel. Timberwolves passing it around. The shot's good from Alexander Walker.
A fantastic decision-making big. Randall with the right choice there, finding the open man.
Last year, Coach, as you know, the Timberwolves making it to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, that equaled their deepest run in team history, dropping that series to the Mavs. Minnesota has never been to the finals, one of 5 franchises who've yet to get there.
Randall with the ball, working on Finney-Smith, and that one drops for him.
And how about the touch there inside? And that's where Randall likes to get the ball, and you can see why.
Finney-Smith misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor. Timberwolves leading by 5. Conley the pass to Gobert. Gobert double-teamed outside for Randall. Takes a 3. It's good for a second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
And if you look at this first half, overall, they've just had the better shot selection.
Yeah, they've done a better job executing offensively, moving the ball and creating high percentage looks.
No good from LeBron. Minnesota's gone 3 of 3 from deep. 9 points run up from outside here in the first. There's the 3, and Conley gets it to go. The assist from Randall. Conley's got his second bucket tonight.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push.
And it's Doncic missing. Minnesota's gone a perfect 4 of 4 from beyond the arc. A lot of their points coming by way of the 3 in the first quarter. Now here's Conley. 5 points in the game. Misses from the corner. On the wing, Reeves. He's defended by Randall.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. A 3 ball. No good on that one. Anthony Edwards has been leading the charge for the Timberwolves. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Timberwolves.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And another thing Coach will be thrilled with, the assist numbers, spreading the wealth and creating some offensive opportunities.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Vincent. Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with Jared Vanderbilt. Then it's Connect, and it's Reeves in at the 2 spot. Here's Reeves, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Here's Finney-Smith. Back to Reeves. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. This league, Stan, is so deep with talent. Are there any players who you think get overlooked in the conversation?
That's a great question, Kevin. I mean, there are some guys who I think get underrated because they play with other guys who are so talented and draw the attention. One guy that I have really seen lately that I think has been better than people think is Grayson Allen, the best three-point shooter or one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA and a very underrated defender.
And he's evolving, isn't he? It looks like he's working on other parts of his game, but he's always been able to shoot, which has been his calling card.
And he's a much more athletic guy than people give him credit for.
And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Pass to connect. Now, Finney Smith. From deep, Reeves. DiVincenzo with the rebound. Minnesota leading by 13. Here's Edwards. Edwards getting the close range, too.
Well, when Edwards gets this hot, all an opponent can hope to do is limit the damage.
Reeves outside. To the wing right side. From 12 feet out. And again, no good by the Lakers. Timberwolves have gone a sensational 5 of 5 from the field since the start of the second quarter.
Just a ferocious play by Edwards. Taking the contact, but staying committed to his finish.
And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
Here's Hachimura to end the run, and it's good on the layup.
You have to push Hachimura out of there if you're the defense. He's a real problem on the interior.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Austin Reeves picks one up.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. And despite his young age, Coach Van Gundy, Anthony Edwards' leadership qualities growing day by day.
Yeah, Kevin, and a lot of it's because he is great at both ends of the court. Confident, charismatic, upbeat. He's learning that delicate balance between taking over a game and bringing his teammates along for the ride.
Now, here's Doncic. From outside, off the mark.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Conley. He drains the quick shot. Conley's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Off the bounce, Conley will typically pull up for a shot rather than trying to take it all the way to the hole.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, Rudy Gobert has tied for the most Defensive Player of the Year awards all time, but he's challenging himself to do more offensively. He said it's all about just being okay with missing or making mistakes, freeing my mind and doing the things that I work on to get out of the shell that I was being put in. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David Aldridge, we thank you for that report. Here's Reeves, following the basket by Julius Randle. Here's Doncic. Conley grabs the miss. Timberwolves leading by 21. Edwards, that's good. Edwards got 22.
And they're getting points, they're getting stops, and this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
Guys, you never know what you'll see when you're watching Luka Doncic. His offensive creativity is through the roof.
Conley surveying the D. Top of the key jumper, no good. Lakers trail by 21. Pass to Doncic. Hachimura kicks to Doncic. James against McDaniel. Shot clock at 6. Now, here's Doncic. He's guarded closely, and it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
Creating space, Doncic will move defenders around.
Conley gets the bucket.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you got to love that kind of effort. Getting in there and fighting through the defense.
Reeves against Edwards. Bounce pass from Reeves to the paint. Now, here's Doncic. D right on him. Edwards against Reeves. Edwards with the block.
Well, I love whenever Edwards is this engaged defensively. Excellent job coming up with the block.
Count it.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Here's Doncic. Jacks up a three. That one doesn't drop. And so a pretty lopsided game for the first half. Timberwolves ahead, running away with this one. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Julius Randle is out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's Conley in at the point guard. That's Chris Finch's 5 as we get into the second half. James dishes to Hayes. Shoots the 3. And LeBron gets it to go with the assist by Hachimura. James has got 8 points.
And the instincts there from Hachimura. Notice the overcommitment by the defense and then makes the right pass.
A nice shot by McDaniels.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
You know, Coach, what more can you ask? The reigning 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert.
Well, Kevin, since you ask, his impact in the playoffs hasn't always been the same as during the regular season. That's got to be the next step.
Oh, here's Edwards. He's got 22. Pass to Conley. Back to Edwards. Over in the corner, McDaniels. Trains the three-pointer. He's got 7.
Well, defensively, all eyes are on Edwards, and that creates opportunities for others.
And the Lakers call time here. Here's Doncic. He's got 8. Reeves outside. Hachimura kicks to LeBron. And the 3 ball is good. James has got 6 here in this quarter.
And right there, you see the decision-making ability of Hachimura. Sets his man up perfectly. That's one he knows he should have drained.
A nice shot by Doncic.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one.
Conley gets the bucket.
I'll tell you, you give Conley the ball and trust him to make the right decision.
Doncic passes to LeBron. Pass to Doncic over Conley. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Doncic has got 12 points in the game. This one for 3. The Lakers with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
LeBron can't get it to go. Timberwolves leading by 23. Conley gets the bucket.
And we're so used to seeing Conley as the facilitator, but tonight, his number is being called.
Reeves outside. Here's Doncic. Randle grabs the board. The Timberwolves have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Conley's shot is off. Lakers have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. And Greg, you think about what they call float game. Why does that one shot earn a nickname like that?
I mean, it's a badge of respect, right? The floaters, teardrops, whatever you call them, runners, often the finishing touch to an already well-developed offensive arsenal.
And so it's Minnesota with it after the basket by Los Angeles.
Well, I'd say any play with Edwards on the finishing end has a good chance of succeeding.
Reeves outside. Pass to Hayes. Lakers working the ball around now. 5 on the clock. The 3 for Doncic. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Edwards kicks to McDaniels. Randall from outside, and another 3 for Minnesota.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
And Doncic throws it down.
And it doesn't take much for Doncic to get hot. And once that happens, boy, he is almost unguardable.
Randall from outside. It's rebounded by Hayes. Hayes has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pass to Reeves. Back to Doncic. And the layup falls. Doncic has got 8 points here in this quarter.
A coach loves seeing chances from that range. Work that inside area.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Reed, he's checked in for Gobert. Clark comes in for McDaniels. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Edwards. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. And then for Los Angeles, Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Hayes. Vanderbilt comes in for Hachimura. And it's Connect in for LeBron. And the Lakers with possession here, following the 3 by Minnesota. Back to Reeves. The shot's good on the assist by Doncic. 9 points for Austin Reeves.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a 3-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Los Angeles has gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. Here's Doncic. Off target at the rim.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
From outside the arc, and again, Minnesota with the triple.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc. Well, look, plays like that are exactly why they find themselves in such a deep hole.
And here's Randall. Clark, a screen on Hachimura. Randall from outside. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves with a massive lead of 30 points here at the end of the quarter. The 3-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. And we'll be right back after this. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Wow, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. And on the court for the Lakers to start the fourth. In it forward for him, it's James and Hachimura. Connect out there with Vincent. And it's Finney-Smith in at the center. And good that time.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
Vincent the pass to LeBron. They set the pick. To the inside. Stolen by Reed. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Buries the long-range jumper. Alexander Walker's got 9 points now in just the second half. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Minnesota.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And another thing, guys, they dominated on fast breaks tonight, outrunning their opponent the entire game.
Minnesota making a switch here. Ingles is checked in, and the Lakers also making a change. Goodwin's checked in for Connect. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
First team foul.
Free throw dropped for DiVincenzo. You coached Stan at various levels for 30 years. How has the transition been to the broadcasting business?
Well, Kevin, it's been great because of people like you and because I'm undefeated.
Right. But do you miss the aftermath when there's at least a score sheet? There's a scorecard that says win or loss.
I do miss that. There's no question. I miss the competition. I miss the camaraderie of building toward a result. But I've started to get some of that in broadcasting as I've gotten to know my partners better.
Well, it's great being your partner.
Likewise.
Here's Vincent following the three by Minnesota. They set the pick. James looking it over. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. You know, it's inevitable that a player's physical abilities diminish over the course of a career. But the thing that stands out to me about LeBron James is that he never lost his insatiable drive to win. Guys, if anything, he's gotten stronger. Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Garza's checked in, and Dillingham subbed in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Hayes is checked in. Lakers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Vincent, the pass to Goodwin. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and Hayes throws it down.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
Now, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
The late reaction defensively, he quickly takes advantage, grows their lead.
Yeah, look, the truth is he doesn't need much space anyway. But that one was too easy.
Now here's Hachimura. Back to James. Pass to Hachimura. There's the triple. DiVincenzo with the rebound.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Dillingham with the bucket.
Ever since halftime, they've played precision basketball on the offensive end.
Well, the coaching staff made some adjustments for the second half, and they've come out with focus and execution.
Now here's LeBron. Launches a 3. Rebound, Minnesota. DiVincenzo's got his 4th rebound in this one. Shot from the top of the key. Dillingham, no good. And so James will bring it up for Los Angeles. Pass to Vincent. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Here's Goodwin. Reed with the rebound. For Minnesota, they've gotten it done so far from the field here in the fourth, going 6 for 7.
Assisted by Reed.
Here's Goodwin. Pass to Vincent. Will it go? Doesn't go for him. The Timberwolves have gotten 7 of their 8 shots to fall here in the fourth. A tremendous offensive outburst. DiVincenzo hits the bucket. Lakers have gone just 2 of 8 in this fourth quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far. There's 1:38 left in the fourth. Clock at 6. Hachimura, the pass to Hayes. Pulls up on the elbow, and there's Goodwin on the assist by Hayes. Goodwin's got his first bucket in this one.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Minnesota.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Anthony Edwards.
Well, offensively, they needed him to be aggressive, and he delivered. What a game.
Down low, Hayes. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
First personal foul.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Minnesota. Alexander Walker comes in for Clark. The Lakers also changing it up. Austin Reeves is checked in for Goodwin. And Doncic is subbed in for Gabe Vincent. Here's DiVincenzo. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
Yep, the crowd gets to go home feeling good about the win tonight. Their team looked impressive.
Now, here's Doncic in a wide-open look for Hachimura. Good, and the assist goes to Doncic.
On the heels of this run, you wonder where was this effort earlier on?
Yeah, it's so frustrating as a coach when it takes your team this long to get into a rhythm.
Inside, and it's James missing. Now, here's DiVincenzo. Offline with his three. Doncic with it. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Kevin, with Julius Randle. And Julius, you get it done at multiple ends. Where has your focus been in terms of approach?
Just taking what the defense gives him. I'm a lot more patient, let the game come to me. Don't really try to force things as much. Sometimes I get out of character, but just try my hardest to let the game come to me the most.
Well, you were a big part of the win tonight, Julius. Thanks for your time. Kevin, back to you.
All right, DA, thanks again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. With Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, folks, on 2K Sports. And now, our player of the game, Anthony Edwards.